Godzilla versus the sea monster. Oh boy. But this is one of my favorite ones, even though it's not even my top 10. Because, well, this is when Godzilla started turning into a big ass superhero, more of a kid loving person. But this movie is pretty funny, you know. Googa, googa, googa. The plot basically here is that a kid named Rota is searching for his lost brother who was lost at sea for a long time, I think. And for the next scene, we're like greeted with a dance contest that goes on for a while here. So basically these people are dancing for 24 hours just to win a sailboat. And they're dancing like they've been drinking for 10 hours. Let me just say that the guy in the yellow shirt, his voice is so annoying.
What do we do now? Only one thing to do. Get out of here. Let's drive down to the beach, huh? What's the matter? Maybe the music hypnotized him.
So then the three of them go off sailing where they're going to find a boat, most likely steal a boat because he needs to find his brother.
He came an awful long way to look at a boat, so we'll show him one.
So the three of them enter a random boat, even though they don't even know who it belongs to.
Look at all this food and clothes.
See, there's clothes in the boat, so they don't even know that it belongs to somebody. And it turns out that the owner has a giant ass gun.
Breaking an entry, burglary. But that's not true. No, it isn't. It's such a beautiful boat, we just wanted to see it. Right? Right. That's right. This boy, from the country, just came to see boats. He's a maniac. Of course. But even if you're all maniacs, you're still trespassing in private property. We're sorry. All right. You can stay tonight, but tomorrow you've got to disappear. Disappear? It means go away quietly. Now get some sleep. Good night, sir. Idiots, don't shout.
So the guy finds out that his boat, or gun, my bad, is missing, and then he goes on a freaking rampage and hits everyone with a pillow. Yeah.
Hey, get up! Get up! Get up! What's happened? Come on. What are you doing with my rifle? Rifle? I don't know. What, you bums?
This movie here is like nothing but arguing and bickering.
We didn't do anything. Oh, you didn't? What's that sail? I did it. What?
And there's like a really stupid line that this guy says.
Stop jabbering and turn back. I can't do that with a gift to the gods. Better do it or you'll be real sorry. I won't.
A gift to the gods? Okay, just for a boat? Yeah, whatever. So then it turns out that the guy with the shotgun happens to be a really big criminal, and he's creating the skeleton key to break into banks and stuff, you know. Blah, blah, blah. Then they get hit with like a really big typhoon and their boat goes out of control. And then the guy loses all the money in his briefcase. So it does turn out that he was the criminal after all. And then all of a sudden, wow, they're going berserk and insane. A giant claw appears out of nowhere. Or so they call it, at least. So after they were attacked by the giant claw, they happened to land on a strange island. Maybe the typhoon like blew them 28 yards away onto the island. So all four of them are like knocked out. So the four of them go on a quest, I guess, to find what this island's all about. Only for them to find out that there is a boat there, but it happens to be spraying a really weird kind of liquid out of the ocean.
A ship, huh? Right there. Hey! Hey! They can't hear us! Hey! Come on.
But the island turns out what they don't expect it to be, because these guys happen to hold slaves that are trying to escape, but the slaves are from a world where one of Godzilla's enemies are. And then the guys, you know. And then this is one weird part. A female slave escapes without anyone even noticing? I mean, how easy was that? One cool part is when Ebra, like, gets the two humans and he, like, eats them. And then he just takes them to a secret lair. So they believe that Ebra is this giant king or something, but their only idea is to wake up the real king, Godzilla, to fight off Ebra so they can escape. But the problem is Godzilla's been dead or asleep for a very long time. So sooner or later, Rota finds his brother Yada, and their names kinda rhyme, you know. And the island that he was on with one of Godzilla's greatest enemies happens to be none other than Mothra. Because, you know, the fairies are what takes it away, you know. And there's Mothra right up there. Soon enough, they wake up the king with a bolt of electricity. It's about time, too. So Godzilla comes to once again do what he does best, and that is, of course, kick ass. So he fights Ebra, and now Ebra doesn't stand a chance because, you know, Godzilla's the king and all, and he is awesome. And just like in Ghidorah, the three-headed monster, they of course play volleyball. Volleyball happens to be one of their best games, I would say. Most of the fight scenes between Godzilla and Ebra happened underwater, which is pretty cool. And Godzilla keeps banging him with the rock and shooting his fire, which looks like another victory for Godzilla. There's one part when Godzilla fights this random ass bird that comes out of nowhere, and this is probably one of the worst Godzilla fights ever because you can't even see what the hell is going on. Like, it starts going crazy, you see wings, you see his feet, he's like pecking him, I think. And like what's going on? Like, the camera's like going out of control. It's like Godzilla's holding the camera or something. I mean, just look at that, man. But good thing, like, Godzilla takes the hell care out of that thing. Bam! Thank God. So it turns out that the island is designated to explode, and they need to hurry up and find the bomb, which is trapped underneath a whole bunch of crap after Godzilla demolished the entire place. And, you know, of course, like, the bomb is, like, in some kind of room where you cannot reach it or anything like that. I mean, of course. So the bad guys try to escape, only to find out that the slaves have put fake liquid underneath their ship. So the bad guys die just like that. And then Godzilla comes for a rematch, only to find out that Ebra is not down and out, because he's still in this fight, man. So, you know, another match. Yay. So, after 50,000 hours of chanting, Mothra finally wakes up. Mothra's job is to get all the other slaves from the island that's about to explode and bring him home. And Godzilla and the sea monster are still beating the crap out of each other. Mostly Godzilla is beating the crap out of him because, you know, he's the king. And he's unstoppable. And there's Mothra. Then Godzilla frickin' rips his arm off. Or he bites it off. And then the other one, he takes off with his own bare hands. Bam. And then the sea monster just floats away. Because, you know, he doesn't stand a chance. And it's cool for me. And then Godzilla, like, celebrates with his claws. And then Godzilla sees Mothra flying all around, and I guess Godzilla's thinking to himself, once he sees a monster, he automatically needs to fight it. So Godzilla comes towards the island, and he's about to fight Mothra because I think he's saying, I'm bored, I have no one to fight. So I'm gonna fight a lady. So Godzilla blasts his fire breath at Mothra, and then soon enough, Mothra gets angry. But Godzilla is like not getting away from any of this, because he's about to fight. And then Mothra comes and just does a left hand to Godzilla, and Godzilla falls. Mothra runs away, Godzilla gets up like nothing, and he's like, "Hey, come back here! I need to fight you!" So then Mothra takes everyone to the island and just leaves Godzilla all by himself with nothing to do, just being all bored. But the sad thing about it is that Godzilla has no idea this bomb is about to blow up. So they just leave him there to die, I guess. So then sooner or later, everyone's all telling Godzilla to run away and get the hell out of there before he blows up.
Run away! Run away! Get into the sea! Run away or you'll be blown up! Get away! You know, he never did anything bad to us. That's right. And not only that, he helped us all to escape, too. Run away! Run away!
And then Godzilla doesn't know what the hell's going on, so he just goes like, I'm just gonna go for a little walk, And then, that's when Godzilla finally hears that ticking and talking going all around. And then Godzilla finally notices what is about to happen. Godzilla blinks, he gets ready, and does one of the most classic Godzilla things of all time. Put your hands up in the air, dude. It's time. Cannonball! Boom. I love that part, man. One of the classic Godzilla moments. Then, boom. The entire island just goes out. And then Godzilla just peacefully leaves away. And then he's probably gonna eat more fish meat, I think. And the entire island is completely designated, while Mothra takes all the other people to the different island where they live happily ever after. Except for the sea monster who got his arms chopped off. And Godzilla lives happily ever after. Cool. That's great. And that is the end of Godzilla versus the sea monster. Oh, sweet Lord of all that's holy heaven, join me next time when I review